Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Toonkind at 12 frames per second. My name is Whis. I'm one of your plays for today. Not running on a whole lot of sleep, so I apologize in advance to everybody. But I am going to be playing Korvits All Hallows today, and I am joined by the wonderful, talented, funny, and all-around great person over here.
Thank you. Hi, I'm RJ. I am playing Jacques Macabre. Was very curious as to where his sibling friend is sneaking off to in the depths of the night.
Yeah. So this is taking place, it's a good couple of weeks after Animas, and Korvits has, since being rescued, hasn't really ventured outside of Cara's borders much. Like, he's done it once, and that was on Animas, and he told Jacques where they were going. But over the last sort of week or so, he's been sneaking out for, like, he's been deliberately, like, making sure no one's seen him, and not telling Jacques where he's going. And then the only reason Jacques knows is because Cara is telling him. When Korvits sort of, like, disappears outside of their borders. So, it's been happening fairly regularly. He'll be gone for maybe 3 hours or so at a time. Maybe, like, just after sunrise or something, when most of the, at least the nocturnal and crepuscular people are not typically awake. Yeah, and then he'll be gone for a couple of hours, and then he'll come back and usually go and hang out with Gibbs for an extended period, and then maybe sneak out again in the evening, depending on if Gibbs is awake or not.
He's let it slide for a bit, because, you know, everyone's entitled to their privacy, but now he's just fucking curious. He's real fucking curious, and eventually it's just like, God damn it, I kind of want to know.
And, like, it's not as though he's going to any of his normal haunts, because, like, before he disappeared, he'd go to, you know, various places in the pumpkin patch, or the Curly Hill, or, you know, his little place in the forest, but all those places are within Cara's borders. So he's specifically leaving town for whatever it is he's doing.
Yeah. Which, you know, given everything that's happening in different plots, maybe it'll be wise. He's concerned.
Yeah, so how are you gonna go about this?
I think he'll spend like a week or so figuring out with Cara exactly what route Korvits takes, roughly the direction that he's going in. And he's going to head out there and kind of wait on the border of Cara, hiding himself away for Korvits to show up and then try and tail him to wherever he's going.
Alright, cool. Just have a stakeout. Alright.
Yeah.
Well, it's fairly easy for Jacques and Cara to sort of pick it. He's heading out kind of in the direction of where you guys found him, just outside of the border, where there's not a whole lot. It's like a plain with a couple of trees sort of thing. And as Jacques gets to the border, he can actually see that the landscape does look a little bit different. Would you like to roll a perception to get more detail?
I would like to roll a perception to get more detail. That'd be great. Don't fuck me this time, dice. I'm trusting you. That's not fucked. That's not fucked. That's good. That's really, really good. That's 32.
Nice. Alright, so even just standing right on Cara's border and looking out towards the area where you guys found him in October, it definitely looks different out here. Like, there wasn't particularly much in the scheme of things. But when you get there, you can see that the couple of lone trees out there, they're bare. I mean, it's winter, but they're bare and black. And most of the trees outside of Halloween Town aren't black barked trees. And like there's not really a lot of snow in that area, and it does actually look quite as almost as if a wildfire came through here. And it does smell smoky, and yeah, that's the bulk of it. It's smoke, it's burnt. Probably about maybe 500 meters, kilometer away from the border.
What on earth are you doing out here? Can you tell, like, from his position here? He'll get closer if he has to. He's just a little bit hesitant to leave cover as of yet. Mm-hmm. Can you tell what kind of things might have caused this? Maybe looking at the burn patterns or something.
Well, with a 32, even though it is quite far away, it's definitely inconsistent. So it's not like a grass fire or anything like that where it's just sort of swept across the landscape. There are patches. There are almost like paint splatters, I suppose. And there's a few trees here and there that have been blackened and burnt. And from here with that 32, you can tell that they're burnt rather than just winter bare sort of thing. And like there is a few patches of snow here and there where it's fallen again. But yeah, you can definitely tell it's not a consistent, there has been a fire here. There's splotches and things and a couple of impacts sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I might get you to roll a stealth for
sure,
when Korvits comes by.
Sure.
And I'll roll a perception, but I'm going to roll it at disadvantage because he's genuinely not paying attention. Whoop.
Fair.
Good thing
Jacques
too.
Not really stealthy. That's not bad. That's pretty fucking good. 24?
Okay, what's your perception? Ooh, I think... Actually, no, the first roll that I had was outside the dry, so let's... Yeah, okay.
It's a little bit difficult to be stealthy when your your head is like bright fucking white.
Yeah, and like that's only by one. So I'm just gonna give him a quick little, like, he's definitely spotted Jacques, but whether or not he's distracted enough to actually register it, I'm just gonna do him a straight, like, intelligence. Okay, that's not an at one, but it's really damn low. So, like, he's seen Jacques and just gone, snow, I guess. Because that is a grand total of 9.
That's really funny.
Yep. And so you like, as you're watching him, because he's flying, right? So you're watching him sort of fly over, and you can see him sort of look at you, but like, I'm going to just roll off that 32. You can sort of see there's absolutely no registering that he's seen you, and then he just keeps looking and going to where he's going, and he lands straight smack bang into that burnt area.
Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna just take a look and see what's happening.
All right, cool. Let me just have a look at his character sheet. What's he gonna do? Cool. All right. So, from your position where you are snooping, you can see Korvits kind of look around a little bit, and you can see him sort of use his wings a bit to sort of flick some snow into a pile a bit, and then he kind of looks like he's putting some twigs there, and then you can see him casting magic, and like, you've seen him cast his fire magic a dozen times, but this is just, it looks like the create bonfire cantrip, and you can see him focusing really, really, really hard on it. And now I am going to roll him something. Oh dear, that was an 8. So you can see him kind of focusing really hard on forming this really nice little bonfire on these sticks, and then it just bursts into this enormous blaze, and you can kind of hear him cursing and carrying on, and then his wings are flicking out some more and just sort of flicking snow onto it, and you just see him slump as the fire kind of dies down a bit, and sort of you could almost feel him sigh even if you can't hear it, and then he's trying to do something else again, so he seems to be just setting fires.
Jacques kind of like head tipped, like trying to figure out what is this a control exercise? It looks like it might be a control exercise, but what on earth?
You might have to go and talk to him.
Yeah. I think he's like, yep, nope, gonna need to talk to him about this. Step out of the tree line. Like very, very intentionally heavy footfalls. So he doesn't fucking accidentally make Korvits jump or something.
Mm-hmm.
What are you up to?
Korvits does sort of tense a little bit and look over his shoulder. His eye sockets are quite round.
Jacques, hi! How are you doing this morning? You're up early.
You know me. Early to rise, early to bed. It would seem you're setting bonfires and exploding them. Is there a particular reason for that one, or are you just blowing off steam?
No, hold on, let me try and put this out first.
And he's sort of makes a motion with his hands, and you can see the glow of his eyes and mouth brighten a little bit, and he's trying to just do that, that calm down kind of motion with his hands, just like, come on, calm down. And the fire does start to get a little bit smaller, but he can get it to a very low smolder. He can't get it out all the way, and he just sighs a bit.
I used to be so much better at this. Why is this so hard?
Well, I'm not exactly the arcane specialist on the council, but mayhaps it has something to do with your change in position.
Yeah, probably. And actually, almost certainly. I told you what Aeon told me, didn't I?
You'll have to be a bit more specific than that, I'm afraid.
Well, I've been out here testing this because, it's kind of meeting Gibbs for the second time, but the first time for it. I kind of burned a house down, and then I had my conversation with Aeon where they were like, hey, guess what? You're a god now. Which is still really weird. But they also told me that because I'm a god now, my magic is whack. And that's why I'm out here. I don't want to set anything on fire that I shouldn't. I mean, when I was trying to help Gibbs with that building, we wanted it like a small, nice little, contained fire, and I set the whole building on fire. Like, a lot of fire. And, it doesn't bother me any, because I'm fireproof. But, it's not. And the houses around this building weren't. And we're just lucky that it didn't spread. I don't want something as small as a cantrip. A cantrip, Jacques, a cantrip. I could kill somebody with a cantrip if I can't get my magic under control. And I'm not about that. I definitely don't want to do that. And I'm having trouble figuring out why this is still not working, why I can't get... This is control flames and create bonfire. These are basic fire-based cantrips. And I can't control them anymore.
Jacques is gonna walk over and give Korvits a hug. It sounds like he needs one.
he'll sort of stiffen just a smidge, but then he'll just sort of slump a bit and thunk his head onto Jacques' shoulder and return the hug a little bit.
Sorry, I know you've got so much on without my bullshit.
Hey now. None of that. You are my friend. You are one of my dearest and oldest friends. I always have time for you.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I just don't want to make more problems for you.
Well, I am rather good at problem solving. Have you...
If you've got an idea for this one, I'm all ears.
I have a few. But first, some questions.
Uh-huh.
Have you considered that perhaps it isn't a case of lack of control, but over-control?
There's just a small pause and a blink, blink.
I'm not sure I follow, actually.
Well, cantrips are, as you say, the most basic magics. They are something most spellcasters can do without thought. Yet now you are struggling to control them. Have you considered it's because you're focusing too hard on trying to control them?
That honestly didn't cross my mind at all. Well, I mean, maybe I could just let it do what it wants to do, but, that's kind of why I'm in the middle of not a whole lot, so that it, like, because I could have gone over to the forest where I used to hang out, but there's lots of trees, and it would just spread, which is bad, and, you know, in town, also bad, and, yeesh, too many people to accidentally get hurt.
That is actually my second question. Have you considered that it is your apprehension that is causing this?
Also,
the questions themselves are related. Questions themselves are related. Often, if you are focusing too hard on something, or if you are scared that something might happen, oftentimes it will happen because you are focusing so hard on that fear. Particularly with magic. Magic is something innate. Magic is something that reflects its wielder. And if the wielder is afraid, the magic will react accordingly.
That is an excellent point. I didn't think of it from that perspective. I don't exactly know how I can be not scared. Because I'm not used to being dangerous.
Korvits, we are both spellcasters. Inherently, we are dangerous. You could kill someone with a cantrip, sure. So could I. I could shame someone to death. My silver tongue and sharp wit can kill. It would not be hard.
Difference is you mean to do it.
Perhaps. But that is where we come in with training. You've been getting caught up in your head, and your magic has reflected that. Perhaps what you need is someone to practice with, Someone to pull you out of your own head.
What, you mean spar?
Perhaps, if you wish.
It's been a little while since we had a play fight, actually. They were always so fun. And, heck, there's been nearly 200 years. Don't think I've seen everything you could do anymore.
I have picked up a few new tricks.
Gosh.
It's not something we have to jump into right away. Not if you want to spend some more time focusing on trying to get control.
Oh man, I'm so torn, because that sounds like fun, but I mean, I know you're a little more delicate than you used to be, but at the same time you said that you got that under control, so like, 200 years in the future is balls.
Sure words, my friend.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could try something that doesn't set things on fire. I think that might be a better idea. It's just so many of my spells are setting things on fire.
Do you have any spells that create a flame you can hold?
Let me just look at his list. Let me see. What have you got?
This would probably be something like control flame or produce flame.
He's got control flames. Doodly-doo. Yeah, you could probably use control flames for that. Green flame blade is probably not quite what Jacques has in mind.
No. Control flame would be probably perfect for this. Jacques is going to walk over to one of the trees, look for maybe a twig or some such that hasn't been completely burned yet, something that can still burn a little bit. Grab it, walk back, stick his cane under his arm, and then holding the twig in both hands, he's gonna press prestidigitation to set one end on fire and go, okay, control this flame.
Okay. To what? I'm overthinking this, and I know I'm overthinking this, but...
Just hold it.
Okay. Let's see what I can do. Come here, little fire.
And I'm gonna roll, see how well he does on this one. Hopefully.
Take a bardic inspo.
Okay, sure. Is that a D8 for Jacques? Or a D10?
It's D10.
D10.
It's D10.
Sweet. Okay. Ooh, that's very nice on the D20. That's good. Where's your D10? There. Now, is that a 1? No. Oh, that's a 10. Okay, great. Okay. Great. I think I'll only add... What is your spellcasting modifier? You're a sorceress, it's your charisma. I'll just add his spellcasting modifier rather than his arcana for this one. Because he's still a little bit wobbly. But, like, that's still really high!
Nice. Nice.
Very nice. So, like, he's just going to sort of stick his hands out and make a little come here kind of motion. And the fire's going to come off of that twig and just sort of do a few little spirals and then just sort of come together in a nice little ball so that he can hold it in both hands. And you can see him sort of just, his shoulders relax a little bit and his mouth splits into a little bit of a grin, like a, oh yeah, I'm doing it, but doesn't want to be too hopeful that he's not going to fuck it up somehow.
Okay. Now, I need you to trust me. More importantly, I need you to trust you.
One of those things is easier than the other. What have you got for me, pal?
And Jacques steps close and goes to hold a hand over the flame. And goes, "You won't hurt me. Do you believe me?"
Gods, I want to.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
And then he'll do so.
And Jacques is going to move his hand to be between Korvits' hand and the flame.
I think he's probably got it covered, given his he did roll a 37. I'm just gonna do him a whiz save to see how calm he stays. It's not super great, but it doesn't suck. So it's still a 17. So like he's not, completely zen, but he's putting every ounce of his trust into Jacques right now. It's like, okay, Jacques knows what he's talking about. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
How aware of the flamed state is Korvits?
Probably pretty aware, because he wants to keep it nice and contained in this nice little ball that he's holding on to. But he's sort of more feeling the heat of it rather than trying to look at the little flicks of flame and whatnot. So he's quite aware of it, but he's just sort of like, I'm just going to stand very still. The fire will be nice and still. It'll be fine.
You're doing a great job. Jacques is going to, with the hand that's between Korvits' hand and the flame, he's going to just very, very gently flick his fingers so they just brush through the flame really quick.
There will be this moment where Korvits sort of frowns a little bit, like he's keeping his eyes closed, but he frowns a little bit.
You are genuinely putting your fingers in that, aren't you?
Because I trust you.
Well, I don't want to hurt you, and maybe the fire doesn't either, so I think that, teamwork.
That might also be part of the issue. Beforehand, your magic was yours. There was no distinction between you and Flame, but there seems to now be a separation.
Well, it physically can't hurt me, hasn't for shit. Not since the windmill. But it's not worked against me before. I've always sort of had the same goal in mind, I guess.
Is that what it's doing now? Working against you?
No. No, not right now. We're on the same page.
But outside of that moment. Outside of right now.
Well, it wasn't doing what I wanted it to. It had a lot more enthusiasm than in every situation I've tried to cast magic in is really warranted. I mean, when I burnt that house down, yeah, I was excited and hadn't really cast magic since coming back. And, okay, maybe I wanted to show off to Gibbs just a bit, but that what I had in mind didn't happen. And every time I've tried to have something happen, it hasn't.
Hasn't it? Or has it been something bigger than you expected?
Sorry, my phone was just ringing in the background.
It's all good.
Okay, I may have missed the last thing you said, depending on what it was.
He said, hasn't it, or has it been simply bigger than you expected?
Bigger. Definitely bigger. This is probably the smallest flame that I've managed to keep a hold of since coming back.
And while holding it, we've been talking, and it's not slipped your grasp.
No. No, it hasn't. It's it's nice. Just staying where I'd like it to be. It's a relief, actually. Man. Didn't realize how tense I was.
You often don't until you start relaxing. You know, a person-sized magic is a fair amount. A god-sized magic would probably be something like an ocean, I'd think. And I think you've been trying to contain that ocean in a cup. It's never going to work. It's not going to fit at all. It'll
No.
overflow.
What the heck do I know about gods, though? Aeon was the first one I met. And it's like, okay. I mean, Cara kind of comes close. I mean, Cara's pretty damn impressive, but, like, not this. This is...
This is you. There are changes, yes, but at the core of it, you're still you. Your magic is still yours. I think Aeon had intended well upon telling you that your magic had changed. But I suspect that the wording could have been better.
Maybe. Sure put me on edge. I was scared to even do something like Unseen Servant God. The number of things I thought could go wrong with something like Unseen Servant, let alone any of my fire magic.
I think that is the root of the problem. I'm afraid. You don't need to be. It's still just you.
Maybe that's part of the problem. I'm not used to being just me. It was me and Car and Kindless in here.
And he's opened his eyes and he sort of pats his chest while keeping the flame in the other hand.
I've not got Car anymore. Kindless I don't know. It's Gibbs now, too. I suppose, gosh. It just feels different. I don't know what I'm doing.
I felt the same way in the beginning. There is an adjustment period, as there is with all change.
Suppose, yeah. And you've got such a little rib cage. How did you fit Cara in there?
We figured it out. Eventually.
I'm glad for that. I'm glad you both found an equilibrium.
You'll find an equilibrium too. You just have to figure out where your center of gravity is. Then again, you've always been so floppy, so it might take you a moment.
Hey, look, it's what happens when you don't have ligaments. You can just sort of bend in any sort of direction.
That's true enough.
Sheesh. You know what? I think I would like to spar a little bit. Just a bit. I mean, I want to see what you can do. Because it's been quite a while. I mean, we weren't slouches back in the day, but nowadays, I kind of want to see what I could be up against. If you don't mind, of course.
I'm agreeable.
And,
My full skill set is slightly more utility-based, slightly more support, but I can still hold my own fairly well, I should think.
I mean, I'm not gonna try and go at you with an axe or anything. This is strictly magic time, just for the purposes of me learning about what you can do and learning how to do what I can do again.
Sounds like a plan.
And then maybe I can stop scorching the landscape.
And he just sort of looks around at all the burnt grass and the burnt trees, just sort of rubs the back of his head with his free hand.
It's fixable. I'll ask Ava to talk to Delta. The druids will have this place fixed up in no time.
Huh. Yeah, I don't think there was anything here before we lived, either.
There wasn't much. The trees were a little bit less bare, but no one lives out here as far as I'm aware.
Oh, if they do, I apologize if I think someone lives here. I mean, it's been a few weeks, no one's complained so far, so it's probably fine.
It's probably fine.
Maybe some woodland creatures or something. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, they'll have moved, certainly.
Yeah, it's not everyone sticks around when their home sets on fire, so only very few people do that.
So, and he's gonna walk 15 feet away and turn around, hands resting on the top of his cane, and go, "Shall we begin?"
Yeah, let's get this show on the road. Why don't you try and hit me first? I feel like that's fair. I don't think there'll be any problem with that.
Oh, you're going to regret giving me the first move. Make an intelligence save, please.
Okay, an in save. Oh dear. Alrighty. Let's see. And your save is 17.
Fails. You have been ego whipped. He literally says, "You're going to regret giving me the first move," and then your mind gets like blapped. You get the equivalent of like a mental bitch slap. You now have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws, and you can't cast spells.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. I think he's gonna sort of take a step back, and like the lights in his eyes and mouth will just dim slightly before brightening back up, and then he'll just sort of get a little bit slack-jawed. And he's just sort of standing there going, "What?" And then just look back up and like,
"You son of a bitch!"
I'm sorry, I had to.
You genuinely just did that!
Yes, I did.
Well, I had already said I wasn't gonna hit you with an axe. I genuinely can't do anything to you now. Good, you in?
He'll drop the spell. He'll drop the spell. Let's do this properly.
Oh, holy shit, I missed this. You're such an asshole. Damn, that's a good one. Man.
It's a good spell for getting out of tight spots.
Yeah, I bet. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's see. What are we gonna try? Okay.
I'm just gonna check how much damage this does. Don't think this changes too much. No, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't change at all. Fantastic. Alright, cool. So he's going to crack his knuckles a little bit, and then give a little bit of a motion with his hand, and he's just going to straight up cast Magic Missile straight at the first level. So it just does the 3 darts. Because he's just like, okay, I just want to get one hit in, and then we'll see what happens after that. Okay, so that's 3, 2, 3, 2, and 1. So that's 2, 3, and 4 points.
2, 4 points. 2 plus 3 plus 4. 9 points damage total.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what level spell is that? That's a first level spell. So Jacques has probably seen him cast Magic Missile from way back, and his missiles do look fairly similar to how they used to. They're vibrant orange, but they've also got a few more little flame crackles off the tails as they shoot through the air and just bash into Jacques' ribs.
Not bad, not bad. Let's see here.
Some things, thankfully, don't change.
That's certainly true. Hold on. If I can roll to it. No, DMV's being an asshole.
F.
There. Oakley dokley. Yeah. Oop. DMV, please!
Oh, no.
Crime and crisis. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Can I get a whiz save, please?
A whiz save? Sure.
Whiz save.
Korvits, why are you like this? Alright, let's see. Your whiz save is plus 8. 19.
That passes.
Okay.
So, Jacques, chuckles a bit, but the chuckle doesn't stop. It kind of just reverberates through the air, kind of burrowing into your ears. But you shake it off pretty quickly. It was dissonant whispers, but you do take 8 points. No. Now, 4 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
You don't have to abuse your reaction to run away.
Fair enough. I think Korvits is just gonna sort of chuckle a little bit.
I heard that.
Alright. Let's see. How much of a shit are you going to be? Alright. He's just gonna sort of give the side of his head a little bit of a knock and then a shake, and then go,
Okay. I think it's time to try the one thing I never got to make work on you before. Let's try this.
and can you please make a whiz save?
Whiz save. Okay. That probably won't be good enough if you're as leveled as I think you are, but
Yeah.
it's 19?
Technically, no. Not if I'm doing it, like, as it's written. So, he's just cast Fear on Jacques.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. Like, he's honing it in a bit because they're only sparring, but he's like, I wonder if this will work, and just cast it. Technically the DC for that is 25.
Fuck me! He literally can't make that!
But,
Gods, man.
yeah, so, like, you probably don't, like, I'll say that he doesn't have to dash away from Korvits based on whatever scary thing the Jacques can see. But, yeah. I'll let you decide what happens. Oh.
Here, let me... Yeah, okay. I forget, does the caster see the image? That's protected?
It doesn't specify.
It doesn't say that they do, but it doesn't say that they don't either.
It just says you protect a phantasmal image of a creature's worst fears. So, we could say that they can both see it. Sure. Why not?
I mean, Chuck's gonna see it no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Jacques is as strong-willed as ever, but your new godly presence lets the spell bypass, and it's strange. The image is kind of vague at first, kind of hazy, but then it shifts into Asclepius, but Asclepius isn't right. There's something wrong, there's something off, and then Asclepius's eyes open and they are a sickly green. And Jacques has just got stiff.
Korvits kind of frowning up at this and...
Okay. Not sure what to make of that. Okay, let's... Nope. Game over. Done with that. Goodbye.
And he's gonna try and dispel it.
just waft his hand through the image.
Yep. Just flicking his hands backwards and forwards through it. Nope. That's enough.
That will do. Shoo. Enough.
Jacques does, like, force a laugh. Regains his composure remarkably well. Impressively well, as a matter of fact. If you didn't know him, you probably wouldn't have guessed that he'd been got by that.
Okay, so... That worked. Cool.
Yes. But it appeared that it did. Congratulations, you finally managed to get that to work.
Well, only took me getting to be a god to make that work. You make this very difficult for me, Jacques.
Never let it be said that I skimp. But perhaps you want to take things a little bit slower. He's gonna snap. He's gonna snap his fingers. I need a wisdom save from you.
Please roll low, Korvits. I think that'd be really funny. Whoop. Yeah, that's a nat 20, but it was out of the tray, so I don't count. Okay. What's your whiz? Whiz save? Whiz.
Yes.
22.
Can I use my bonus action to make you reduce that?
Sure.
I think I can. Unsettling words. Where's my d10? Oh, reduce it by 10, please.
Okay, so 12. Cool.
Yeah, you have been confusioned. He goes, maybe you should take it a bit slower, and snaps his fingers, and you're like, huh? What are you... Huh? What?
I think he's actually just sort of gonna stumble a little bit, and then look around like he has no idea where he is.
Wait. What? Huh? The fuck?
We were sparring, were we not? Come on.
Oh dear. What is what is confusion?
Roll a d10 and tell me what you got.
Okay. A 2.
A 2. You don't move or take actions this turn.
Okay. So he's just gonna stand there like a stunned mullet.
At the end of each your turn, you can make a wisdom save to try and end it.
Alright. I'll just do a whiz save for him then. That's a 23.
Yeah, no, you pass. You pass.
Okay. So he just sort of blinks really blankly at Jacques for like the full 6 seconds of his turn, and then just tilts his head to one side. And that's literally all he can do.
It's one of the better spells in my repertoire. It's called Confusion, and then he throws a chaos ball at your face.
Okay.
What is your AC?
17.
Oh, this will hit them.
Oh, beauty. Yep.
2d8. That's a d10. That's a d8. That's a d8. I need to do 6 of them. Well, we're not going to use one of those. That's a 1 and a 2, so let's go with acid rather than cold. So it's a grand total of, let's do the 6. That's a grand total of 9 points of acid damage.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beauty. I think just because he was so confused from that confusion spell before, the chaos bot is gonna like knock him straight onto his back, and he's just gonna sort of blink up at the sky like,
What was that?
That was confusion. It's one of my most effective spells.
I can see that. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna stay here for a second. Let me see what I can do from here.
What can you do from here? Oh, why not? Why not? I think he's just going to be still lying there. He's just going to cackle, and he's just going to add a little.
You son of a bitch!
And I'll get you to do a whiz save, please. Oh, actually, can you beat a 25? You can't, can you?
No, I can't. Not with my wishes.
Oh, okay. This is only a D4. Oh, wait, hang on, no. Increases by 1d4 when you reach 5th. Okay, so that's...
Is it Mind Sliver, perchance?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 D4s. 2... Makes it 3, 4, 5, 6... 7. 7 points of psychic damage because you just used Vicious Mockery.
Nice.
And he'll sort of sit up after that and just sort of brush some of the acid sizzle off the front of his shirt. But he's also grinning really wide right now. He's having fun.
Jacques just fucking bows.
Ah, man. Man. I mean, I'm holding back, but at the same time, man, you're kicking my ass.
Oh, hardly. I'm rapidly running out of offensive spells that you've not already seen.
Well, I do appreciate you trying all the new stuff first.
Like I said, most of my abilities are more utility-based, support-based. Ego Whip, Confusion, Sending, Counterspell, things like that. Legend Lore is something that I'm able to cast now.
Oh, really? That one? Neat!
Yeah. It's so expensive! It's so expensive! Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I've not tried all of the new things I could do since coming back, but, you know, with a little bit of soul searching and thinking about things, like, I think I know some pretty expensive ones too now. But good in a pinch. I mean, you know, if I'm gonna be a god, having access to things like, Wish ain't a bad thing.
Holy shit, Korvits!
Yeah. When I realized that I could do that, when I was sort of thinking about it, go, wait a minute. Wait, I know what that is. Fuck. I was kind of a little bit intimidated by myself. Like, that's not insignificant.
Well, if you have access to Wish, theoretically you could recreate almost anything. That's very impressive.
Yeah, emergencies only, I think.
That's a fair one to keep in your back pocket. I have been doing the same with teleport.
Oh, I did see you do that when we were playing in the snow.
Yes,
That's good.
yes, I did.
My goodness. Man, magic is so weird. I mean, I'm not tired, but... Man. I don't know about you, but I think I've kind of had enough for the moment.
Understandable.
Although, there is one other spell that I've got that's, new, but I haven't tried it, but I'd love to.
Oh ho. That is?
Teleportation circle.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
I think I know the circle for the station at home. So I could give that a try. I mean, it beats I mean, I could have carried you, but it beats walking back.
That's certainly true. And worst comes to worst, I also know the sigil for that circle. I can teleport us there.
But, I'd love to give that a try, actually, because I think that'd be really fun.
He gestures you to go ahead.
Alright, let me get, okay, hold on.
Let me just check what he needs for this.
It's a minute to cast, you've just gotta fucking trace out the circle on the ground.
Right, okay. I'm gonna say that he's gonna try and do it with a like an actual something to draw with. Where's your D10? Let's see if you've got crayons in your hammer space, sir. That's a 10. He's gonna reach into his sash around his metal and pull out an orange crayon. And he's just gonna start drawing it on the grass. And I don't think you have to do anything with that, do you? It just does. Yeah. Yeah, it just happens. Cool. So he's just gonna draw this circle. He's gonna draw it just big enough for the two of them to stand next to each other on it.
I think that's right. Now I guess it just goes boop. And it'll start, yeah, there it goes. Okay, in theory, we can step on this and then we'll be at the station.
Yep, let's go. It does not last long.
Oh, right, okay, sure. Huh?
Step through.
And whoop! Oh, I'm not even going to roll him. I'm saying that it works. He got it right.
Hell yeah.
And then poof, they're in the station. And Korvits is just going to sort of do this tiny little hand claps.
Yeah. Oh, that worked.
Jacques is applauding accordingly.
Proud of myself. Great! Thank you. I'm here all week. Thanks, Jacques. I had fun.
I did too.
And
we should do this again sometime.
We should. Hey, does Asclepius kick as much butt as you? Because I would love to see what kind of magic Asclepius has got.
Between the two of us, I am the sportcaster.
Oh, okay. I mean, some of the things you did to me just now, they stung, but I wouldn't say I'm particularly hurt.
Like I said.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I was going slightly easy on you. I could have upcast several of those, but
I mean, you're
I don't really want to hurt you.
Well, yeah, well, you gotta worry about that a little bit less than we used to, which is good, but at the same time, no one's trying to assassinate me anymore, so 200 years too late, I guess. But, I guess, well, here, let me try one last thing. I'm just gonna... I don't want my best friend being hurt, you know?
And he's gonna just pat Jacques on the back, and he's just gonna do a healing word. What is it? 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So that's his charisma.
Good level.
That's his charisma.
Yeah.
1d4. 1. Korvits.
He's doing his best. Let him live.
He's doing his best. Alright, his charisma modifier is a... That is not going to make the robot work. 1 plus... Yeah. Thought so.
No,
Alright, 9. So just 9 points back.
Perfect. You know what? I appreciate that. He pats Korvits on the shoulder and casts Cure Wounds. So heal that much.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's almost back up to full. He's 1 point off. He's just going to give a little bit of a bird that has just adjusted its wings kind of flutter noise and just grin.
Thanks. Get the old scuff marks off.
Certainly. Let's head back, shall we?
Did you, like, eat before coming out to chase me out there, or did you just get up right time to see what he's up to?
I ate, yes.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not, I've been planning the operation for several days.
Oh, well, here I thought I was being, subtle. Though, on the other hand...
He just sort of looks down at the footpath.
Yeah, no, there was never gonna be any getting away with that, was there?
There is a completely unrepentant shuffle of agreeance from some cobblestones nearby.
Like, I'm still getting used to the fact that you can daub on me to Jacques. Okay, so just cut me some slack. It's been like 2 months.
In fairness, I wouldn't have noticed. I don't think anyone would have noticed if they hadn't.
Okay, well, I can still sneak. Just not from Cara. I mean, that's fair. Alright.
Actually, I'm slightly curious. I thought you saw me earlier. You looked right at me, but...
I did. Wait.
Did
Son of a bitch, I did too! God damn it. I did. I saw you, and Rain just did not... I need more sleep, apparently. This is what getting up early does to you, Jacques. Don't do it. It's a trap. Ha! Oh, dear. Oh, well. In either case, it seems like I needed you out there today, pal, so...
Always happy to.
I feel better. I think that's definitely a weight off my shoulders a bit. We're a team again, yeah?
Always.
So, what's on for today? Anything I can help with, or you got more, your political bullshit?
I think a meeting with... Well, I'll need to meet with Ava anyway to get her to ask the druids to go take care of those scorch marks, but outside of that, I think just meeting about the town defenses.
Can I come with? I feel as though I should probably probably own up to all of that, and you know, I don't want to get on Ava's bad side, so I'll just come and I will do the asking. How about we do that? I'll come with.
Fair enough. All right then.
Lead the way.
Alonzi?
You'll just follow one after. I love Jacques and Korvits bounce off each other. They're so good.
They're so good.
Oh man. I can't believe you opened with Ego Whip. That's so funny.
I actually completely forgot it stops you from casting spells. I only noticed that as I was reading it out afterward.
Brilliant. Oh dear, this was really fun. Thank you for doing this with me, RJ.
This is so much fun, hell yeah.
Oh dear, well thank you everybody for listening. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. Oh, and we'll see you at the next thing.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.